Welcome back to the Own Your Power Lifestyle Show. I'm Coach Simone Kelly, author, intuitive life coach, and Reiki master with Own Your Power Communications. We're your trusted guide to conscious living, intuitive wisdom, and personal growth. Today's topic is called Want to Get Paid for Posting? An Influencer Spills the Tea. Today we have beauty influencer who specializes in everything girly, Julyanna of Miss Pretty Girl. All right, so first and foremost, welcome to being on the Own Your Power radio show for the very first time. Miss Pretty Girl is definitely a beautiful influencer, and she's such a charming young lady, and I'm so proud to know her. So first of all, tell us what inspired you to start posting about beauty and everything girly.
So I'd say when I was younger, it was when YouTube was first becoming like a really big thing. Everybody loved YouTube, all the OG like 2016 YouTube girls like doing their makeup. I was young. I was probably like 13 years old, 12 years old. Like, oh my God, I want to do my makeup. My Nana, my family is like, you are not wearing makeup.
Okay.
You are 12 years. You don't need to be doing that. And I'm
Right.
like, please, watching all the original YouTubers. And as I got older and it got time to me to choose a profession, whether it was like going to college or if I wanted to be an esthetician, or I never had like a passion to do anything except for create content. I've always loved creating content. If you go back many years, you'll see videos of me on YouTube from when I was 12. I've always had a passion for it. And I actually learned how to edit when I was like 12. So that's how I've carried that skill on. But I've just always loved it. It's always been my dream to be a YouTuber and influencer of some sort, just to help girls, women specifically, because I was once a young woman who took a lot of advice and inspiration off of other older women, which is why I chose to do what I do. So
She's still a young woman, but okay.
Yeah, I am still a young woman.
How old you are?
I'm 20. I'm 20 years old. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm just so impressed by her because she's living the life right now. All right. So now you started on YouTube. I thought it was TikTok was your claim to fame. So YouTube is how you started.
So YouTube was like my very first like intro to content, editing. Like that's where I learned everything I know now.
Okay.
But my first, like when I first blew up and my page started to grow, it was on TikTok. It wasn't on YouTube.
And how many followers do you have now?
945,000.
Okay, almost there.
Almost at 1 million. So
and that's a big party when you have.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, of course.
So was there a specific post or moment that you feel really launched you, from TikTok?
Yeah, there definitely was. And I will say my biggest tip that I tell people who want to know when it comes to becoming an influencer or actually like capitalizing off of content is to provide value. I noticed that for me, the videos that blew up for me at first were videos that provide value. It has to teach somebody something. It has to be of value to someone, whether that's you're talking in like a big sister way to somebody and giving them advice that way, or you're physically giving them a tutorial, you're telling them where to shop, what products to use. It doesn't matter. As long as you're providing value, those are always going to be videos that do good. Another good tip is to make your videos searchable. A lot of the videos I would post about would be like back to school. So in the caption, I'd be like hashtag back to school, because when it comes back to school season, people are going to start searching back to school. You have to make it searchable and easy for people to see. A lot of people complain about, people want to see my content.
Right.
People want to see my videos, but it's like you're not putting in the work to get people to see it. You have to force your content in front of other people's eyes. It's not just like the luck of the draw,
It seems like there's a lot of research on trends and not really understanding how it works. Because a lot of people just say, "Oh, we'll just post every day, post every day."
Yeah.
But that seems to be the latest TikTok trend.
Yeah.
Post every day or click all the buttons. But I don't know if that's enough for some people.
No, and you know what's crazy is I actually just left a brand trip with EOS, which is a really, really established brand in the hygiene industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually met with some of the perfumers, and I met the CEO. I met, like the people behind like the trends.
Mm-hmm.
And coming from people who literally study trends, like that's it. That's how they go off marketing. So if like big brands are marketing off of trends, you should be creating your content off of like, not solely off of trends, but you need to make it fit into the time that we're in right now. Like the content I posted 2 years ago isn't going to perform the same way it would today.
Right.
So you have to adapt and adjust.
But some things, like, for instance, you said back to school. That's kind of like almost like when you're a writer, they ask you, what's your editorial schedule? So they want to know, okay, what are you talking about in June? What are you talking about in July? So it seems like you kind of think like that too.
Yeah. They're seasonally, for sure.
Exactly.
Holiday season comes up. It's Christmas. School season is school.
So were you thinking, because I'm assuming if you're only 20 and you been blowing up for the last, what, how many years?
Oh, like 2 to 3.
Did you have a strategy for growing your audience, or it's just about, organically it just happened?
I'd say I focused a lot on strategy, which we could get into more. But once I got that momentum, once people were consistently watching my videos and all my videos were getting over, I'd say like 10,000 views,
Right.
I basically just started taking inspiration from my own videos. Like if I knew a video performed well, I would go back to that video, look at the analytics, see why it performed well. What does this video have that my other videos don't have? And I would do something to recreate that. And I think that's the best way that you can kind of find inspiration for content, because you can literally see all of the analytics. It tells you, and that's the best versus like trying to like figure out what works and what doesn't work. Once you find something that sticks, use your own analytics to
That's a good sign. Yeah, because one thing I know is my issue is because I have on a YouTube channel and I have several different things I'm talking about. They say to focus on like one topic.
I don't do that because you're going to lock yourself in a box.
Okay.
I did that and I couldn't post about anything else.
Oh,
I didn't like that. I don't like being like,
okay,
you can only do this. And TikTok or whatever social media platform you're posting on, if they notice that you're posting something that's not what you're normally posting, they won't show it.
Oh.
And I don't like that. But if you start by posting a bunch of different things,
Then it's okay.
Yeah, talking about whatever you want, then Instagram will be like, she doesn't really have a niche.
Okay.
That's okay.
Interesting. No, because I talk a lot about lifestyle things, spiritual things, and I noticed I had a 30-day yoga challenge I did many years ago, and it has a lot of likes on YouTube. And I'm like, interesting. I didn't know how do you decipher what's a good brand, because everybody's like, oh, can you be an ambassador? And a lot of them are spammers, or bots, or But now I have a lot of people coming at me related to that, related to fitness. I post a lot of fitness stuff, but well, let's ask that now. How do you decipher if somebody, because I think there's a lot of people that get that, like become a brand influencer for our ambassador for our brand.
Right.
How do you know if they're a scammer or not?
Right off the bat, the best way to tell if something's not legitimate is the email. Usually if it's sent with a Gmail, or, if they're over offering, sometimes you can start to question, like, maybe this isn't real. But from my personal advice, I know it's always good. It's kind of good to start by doing like smaller partnerships and ambassadorships or whatever. It's good, but to an extent, I wouldn't even recommend doing it, honestly, because it really doesn't do anything for you in the long run. When I look back to when I was like accepting things like that, it wasn't worth it.
They want you to buy things.
Oh, yeah, no.
They're like, buy this and you'll get 30% off, but then you get it. Yeah, and I've looked at the quality. What I did for one company, I didn't do it again, but I reached out to the people that were featured. And I said, hey, have you worked with these people? And they were like, yeah, it's kind of a ripoff. You have to do your research. So do your due diligence and find out.
For sure.
But it makes them feel good because they're like, well, I'm an influencer.
Yeah, I know. It's not worth it because it's like you shouldn't be spending your own money and like those types of things. It's like content isn't free. Like ambassadorships will like a lot of the time want you to like make content and all this stuff, and all they're providing for you is products. Brands should never provide just products. Even if you're a small influencer, you're just starting, you have like 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers, don't do anything for free. That's nothing. You would be surprised. I never talk about how much money I make, but it's more than you would think. And that's because I don't undervalue myself. And I don't undervalue.
That's my next question, talking about brand deals. So how did you land your very first brand deal, and what was the experience like?
So actually, when I first started brand deals, when I first started my page, it was really a lot of wig content. That was my...
You said wig?
Wigs.
Okay.
So I would do a lot of wig brand deals. And my first brand deal was with the wig brand. And I was putting a wig on my head, and I think I got paid like $100.
Okay.
Like literally, I think I got paid like $100. And that was how I got my first brand deal. And then once I did one, brands will see that you posted one, and then more will start coming in. And that kind of created a cycle of like, not steady income, because at this time I was living with my uncle in College Park. But it was enough to survive. And, the more you grow, the more money you make. So over time, I started making more money. Once I hit a certain point, I got a manager, which she's my like saving grace. I love her to death. And she's now handles all of that stuff.
Well, slow down. Let's go back to they approach you. They say, hey, we're going to give you $100. You wear our wig. Like, what do they tell you to do? Like,
so
is it a month project? Is it a couple of posts? Like, how does it normally work?
So every brand deal, there's something called deliverables. And deliverables are essentially what the brand wants you to do. So, for example, you have a rate, and your rate is how much the brand is paying you. But inside of that rate, there's other things that make up that rate. So, usage, like what the brand can use your video for, how they can use their video. That's stuff that you have to pay for that they don't tell you when you're talking about becoming an influencer. Brands have to pay for exclusivity, which means that sometimes brands will say, hey, if you're doing a brand deal with us, you're doing a brand deal, say, for example, you're doing a brand deal with Sephora. You can't work with Ulta. You can't work with Target or Walmart for 1 week. They have to pay for that. They can't just, that's money. That's called exclusivity, usage, and then they'll pay for ads if they want to boost your video. A lot of times brands will boost your video. These are all things that go into the rate. And I'd say every video is different. The deliverables for every video is different. Some brands will want just 1 video. Some brands will want 2 videos. And then they'll always give you a brief, which is everything that they want in the video, which is what you need to talk about, what they want you to say, how they want you to say it, what they want you to look like in the video, and you'll follow them. Yeah, it's pretty detailed. Yeah, it's more detailed than you would think, and you have to follow that.
And do you reject anything sometimes, I'm assuming? Because if you don't feel comfortable with it, or it's not really you don't feel honest, because I feel like you're very an honest person and authentic.
Yeah.
Because I know there's some people that just say, buy this belly flat, and then I'm like, yeah, right. Like,
no, I 100% do. And I've declined a lot of brand deals trying a product and me not liking it and been like, hey, sorry, like I'm not going to tell 1 million people to go buy this when I know it's not good,
Right.
Or for example, if I don't align with the brand's values, I think that's important. If any of you guys are going to become an influencer, have like morals and values. That's, I think, the best thing that you can do. Because a lot of influencers, when they become an influencer, they change.
What kills me are the fitness ones, and I found out that they have plastic surgery or...
Yeah, and it's like...
Yeah, I lost it, and then it's like, no, you got tummy tuck.
You got a tummy tuck.
I see the belly button. That's like the tell sign. So now, with your agent, it's like an agent, manager. What does she do for you exactly? She seeks out deals? Like...
She does like everything. like literally. I literally give all my credit to her. I love that woman to death. Literally all I do now, obviously before I did not, I had to do everything, but is film and edit. That's it. She sends my video. So brands, another important thing that I think I should mention. When you do a brand deal for a brand, a lot of the times the video isn't just good. It's like school. It's like homework on a test. It's like test corrections. It's like, oh, you got an 80, now go fix what you did wrong. So a lot of the times when you're doing a brand deal, there's like revisions and you need to basically go back and you either need to revise the content that you did or they'll make you reshoot. And a lot of times in contracts, brands will allow like 1 to 2 reshoots or something like that. But a lot of the time, so when it comes to communication with brands, my manager will go back and forth. If I need to revise a piece of content, my manager will send that content back and forth. She does outreach. So any brands that I desire to work with, she will find their email, reach out to them. She handles creating relationships with brands, which is honestly the most valuable thing she's provided me so far. I've created some relationships with some of the biggest known brands in the hygiene industry because of her. Also, she handles like my money, like my finances, my income. She handles emails, going back and forth with brands. She handles my organization when it comes to when I need to, planning out my brand deals, how often I want to space them out. She memorizes everything I need to do on my own personal calendar and coordinates it with my work calendar. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a celebrity, but I definitely am a real influencer. And she does a lot. Thank God.
So awesome. It seems stressful, but is it stressful lifestyle? Like, I mean,
sometimes. I don't like to complain.
What's the best part and what's the worst part of your career? Put it that way.
That's good. That's a good question. It's only stressful when it's hot, busy months. Seasonal, like I said, talking about seasons, like Q4, I am no time to go out, no time to go anywhere, no time to do nothing. I have brand deals to do, but like in the summertime, there's not really nothing to do. So I'm living my life traveling, going place to place to place. Okay. But in a few months, I'm going to be slammed. So it's not always the same. And the best part about my job is, to be completely honest and transparent, it's financial freedom. And 2, it's also being able to help a community of girls that I wish that I had when I was their age. And some of my followers, a lot of them are older than me. Some of them are 40, some of them are 30, most of them are actually
Older than you.
older than me.
Wow.
But a lot of them are younger than me. And it's interesting to see people take advice from someone that, one, they don't know, that isn't their age, and like they'll actually listen to your advice and be happy that they took it. And I think that's the best feeling. And when you meet someone that watches your videos and they're like, oh my God, I love you, it's like the best feeling ever. But also being able to just like live nice and do what you want.
Right. Well, that says a lot about you because they're attracted to your authenticity. So people, I mean, it can show on the internet, believe it or not. I mean, people will, even like people that follow you send out email blasts at all?
Email?
Yeah, do you send out email blasts? No. Everything's social media.
Yeah.
Okay. Question, with the brand deals, are they just asking to do commercials, or what are you doing? Like live? Are you doing in-person events? Like, what do you do with them?
That's a good question. So for brand deals, it's usually a dedicated post. So there's a lot of terminology when it comes to social media, which you will never know until you're an influencer. Because I still remember being like, what's that? To my manager, like, what are you talking about? Exclusivity. What does that mean? Usually a dedicated post. And a dedicated post is almost always a reel or a TikTok or something like that, unless they ask for something different. A dedicated post, either reel or a TikTok, or a carousel, which is just a bunch of pictures, which usually they never do. And they can ask for a YouTube video, which would be just a little segment of your YouTube video. There's literally so many different ways, but 99% of the time, it's a reel. It's a reel.
But is it like, this is how you use the lipstick, or this is how you use the product, or I really love this product? Like, is it usually something like that, like a demonstration in a sense?
It depends on the brief. Okay. So whatever they want you to do, you do it. You do it. Yeah. If you align, if you agree, if you don't want to agree, then don't do it. But sometimes the money talks. And if you actually like the product, sometimes it's a lot of work, but it's like,
it's worth it.
I like it. Yeah. I like the money. I'll do it. Sometimes it's a lot though, and sometimes you don't want to do it.
My mornings are so much better when I start with Ryze. It's packed with mushroom-powered benefits that help me focus, boost my energy, and support my immunity without the crash or jitters. As someone with the ADHD brain, this steady focus is what I need. It's everything. Start your day with Ryze.
Now, what's the most challenging part?
The most challenging part
from being an influencer,
I think it's just like, and this sounds kind of, and I don't want this to sound out of touch, but I think that it's like really hard to, I don't think anything about the job is hard. Posting isn't hard. Editing isn't hard. People have to work 100 times harder than I do and make a lot less. And I see that and I'm grateful, and that's why I don't complain. But I think the hardest part, and I wouldn't say the worst part, the hardest part is that you stop relating to people, like even the people you're closest to, because once you get to a certain point in your career and in like your finances, people either start to treat you differently or you stop being able to relate to people. You start wanting to be around people who are doing more. Yeah. And you kind of you fall out with a lot of people, and people don't want to be around you for genuine reasons. I think that's probably the hardest part about being an influencer for me. But other than that, I really don't have anything to complain about. It's really easy. You just edit and post and do your brand deals. The only thing that sucks too is not having a break, having to post and edit and on vacation. Like there's no such thing as like 2 days off or like a vacation.
So even when you go out of town, you're posting
sometimes.
Hey guys,
yeah. Or no, usually I'll film like a week worth of videos. Edit them.
Okay. Well, people, they want to know what you're doing. That's what I noticed. Like people that they get sucked into your life. So you have to kind of add in a personal touch too, right?
Yeah. I like to do a little bit of lifestyle.
Speaking of personal touch, have you ever had any trolls?
Oh, that's a good question.
Any negative people in your posts, or any, how do you handle that? Have you had that happen?
I've been really lucky to not experience that really like at all. Once in a while, I'll have a post that a brand will run ads on, and it'll end up on the wrong side of TikTok, and then that one post will have like terrible comments.
Okay, but you can't do anything because it's on their page.
Yeah, and that's not.
Because I'm like blackety black. If I ever see anything like that, I don't have no problems with blocking nobody. I've had anything happen to me per se, but I comment on other stuff.
That's it.
Somebody said something nasty. I'm like, ignore.
I think think my following is like 99% women, like actually the 99% women, like analytically.
Right.
So, the girls be for the girls. They don't really be hating.
That's good. So now, as you know, most of my audience is not 20 years old. So we're about 35 to like 55 years old. So what would you say to those influencers? Because a lot of people think, I'm too old, or I can't be on TikTok, or I can't be on... But now a lot of people are picking up on TikTok. And I know a lot of people didn't want to be on TikTok at first. They thought it was for kids. So what advice would you give to somebody that has some sort of influence, but they're still nervous and they haven't really taken the leap yet to start, posting it? What would you do? What advice would you give?
I would say the same thing that I tell my aunt. My aunt is 33. Same thing I tell my papa. My papa is like 50, and I tell him the same thing.
Okay.
Literally, I follow people on TikTok who are older than them. Like, there's this lady that I follow who literally just documents her like being a mom with a crazy life, and like her house is always a mess and like everything's always crazy, but people love that she's authentic. Is she older than me? Absolutely. Is she providing a lot? Does she have a super nice house? No, but people still watch her, and she's changing her life every day just from showing real life. And mind you, she's not 20. She's not a teenager. She's a grown woman with 2 kids, just trying to make a living for herself. And I watch her. Do I relate to her? Do I have any kids? No. And I think that's the thing.
What do you like about her? Is it
how authentic she is.
Okay.
And I just love when people are real, because there was a point in my life where I see my house like that. People don't talk about that, you know. I see my house like that growing up, and I just like how she's not afraid to like show it, and that's why I watch her. And there's a lot of people I follow that are older than me. There's grannies on TikTok that have more followers than me.
Right.
So
yeah, TikTok to me is a little overwhelming when they go live.
Yeah.
That part freaks me out. Like I just went live once on TikTok. I'm more used to Instagram, but when everything starts popping up on the screen, it's like, hey, there's a hat on your head, and it's like, whoa, what's going on?
It's a lot, and you can't control the content.
Overload.
Sometimes people get a little pressed, a little bit mad because
you didn't answer them?
Because you didn't answer the comment, and they're like,
I need a class on that. Just on going live. I need to, because I know a lot of people making money off of it,
but not that much.
Like selling stuff.
Oh yeah, selling like commission, but that's a whole nother.
It's another show. Okay,
it's a whole nother topic.
Do you do that?
Commissions? I used to, and I made decent money off it. I made like $50,000 just from like my posting like these freaking eyelashes. The eyelashes. These eyelashes that I bought were $1. I got them on TikTok Shop for like $1, and I got them out. I made a video like trying them. And I linked them, and I was like, girl, look at these lashes, whatever. The video has like 50 million views or something.
What?
Yeah. And I had it, and the lashes sold out because everyone's going to want to buy that. Think about it. They're $1. What do you have to lose if you don't like that?
Right.
So, and that was like my strategy. I was like, oh, that's so smart. Link a product that's cheap so more people buy it.
Right.
Months went by, and I ended up making like $50,000 just from that one video.
That is amazing.
Off of $1 lashes.
That's incredible. Hey, you sold me on that. Maybe I'll make me start selling something. Oh, can we talk about Amazon storefront?
Yeah.
Since I just got approved for one, so you guys will see my store soon.
Love that.
So talk to us. How does that work for you? Or have you seen that work for other people? I know a fitness girl that I follow that she always promotes everything she does in the Amazon store.
Yeah.
So what about you?
Personally, it's not that I don't like it. It's just I'm not so good at always remembering to link stuff.
Okay.
When I'm talking about a product that my mind isn't like, oh, let me link it,
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely be doing better with that, but I know that people make a lot of money on it. I mean, people are making like $20,000 just passive income every month just from Amazon.
Oh, I better get
it all.
Okay.
There's so many ways to make money for real. When it comes to making money, I think that talk about that enough.
Right.
When it comes to social media, because people kind of like to gatekeep and do what they want.
And I appreciate you not gatekeeping and sharing. What's like one tip you give to people?
I think the best thing that you can do would be to not overthink every piece of content that you make, because ultimately that's the only thing that's going to hold you back from being successful. Luckily, myself, I've never done that. I know a lot of people do, and I think that's the most common thing that you hear when it's like, I want to be an influencer, but I'm too scared to post. Like, don't think about what you're posting too much. Once you do that, you start overanalyzing, and you don't end up posting the content, which could have possibly changed your life. Just film the video, edit it, post it. If you don't even have to edit it, film the video, post it. Film the video, post it. And I'd recommend posting 3 times a day, every day.
Okay. So that is true then.
No, it's
true.
So
they say that a lot. And I'm like, is that true? I don't know.
And I was talking to a bunch of influencers on my brand trip. And we were all talking about how 3 times a day is like the secret sauce. And actually, I posted 3 times a day every day, all the way until I got to like 600,000 followers. So I think that's a really key piece of advice that I should have mentioned before. I also studied the algorithm. The algorithm's ever changing. It's always going to change. It's never going to be the same. At the time when I was very serious about making this my full-time job, like, come on, girl, I studied the algorithm. I learned I can't say what will work for you now, because this was like 3 years ago, but I learned the algorithm. I learned what it liked, what they were prioritizing, any new updates that they had. And I optimize my content to be desirable for the algorithm.
And when you say I learned the algorithm, so the average person doesn't know, where do they go in their stats to see that? Like, how do they know?
No, you just do research, watch YouTube videos, make
what's
sure to
trending.
set the time, like for like a month ago, 2 months ago.
Okay.
How to grow on TikTok, TikTok algorithm updates. You have to research that stuff on your own. Like, you're not gonna find that in your analytics if you haven't already blown up yet. You have to figure out how to blow up and then go off your analytics.
Now, I noticed in Instagram they have like a lot of creator advice or articles and things like that.
I love Instagram for that.
Yeah, they have that. So TikTok doesn't have that.
They have a new feature called like AI assistant. If you go look at the analytics of your videos, it'll show you like what you did good in that video.
Okay, yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah, creator assistant. It's just like a little analyzing it's like already analyzing.
Oh, it's telling me what to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Creator assistant, that's in TikTok. Where are we? TikTok?
Yes. You've increased your video output, posting 20 videos in the last 30 days compared to 16 the previous months. The consistency is great for building an engaged audience. Keep up the good work. Feel free to ask me more about your account's performance or any other creators.
All right. So they have an AI assistant in TikTok. And on average, even though we don't know the going analytics, would it be like morning and night or
posting?
Yeah. It can change.
I like to post at nighttime.
And everybody's doom scrolling?
Yeah, exactly. That was my thought process when I first started posting. I posted like 8:39 or 8:39, 9:30 every night for some.
You mean back to back?
But I don't post 3 times a day anymore. But when I was trying to grow, I posted those 3 times every day. Now I only post once a day, and sometimes I don't post at all. Luckily, the algorithm has been on my side. Yeah, because I think it's just gotten used to, me not posting every day anymore. But if you post 3 times a day and then you just stop, girl, your views are gonna go down. Don't do that. Once you start, don't lose the momentum. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good tip. So everybody start working on your strategy. First, you have to follow our girl and this pretty girl on TikTok. And what's her name on? Is that the one on your
My Instagram is Julyanna Colby.
Julyanna Colby. So, thank you so much for sharing all this amazing advice. And we're definitely gonna have you back. And I'm sure if you have questions, please comment below in the comment section and ask questions about what you'd like Julyanna to talk about next, because we love to have her back because this was very informative. So thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
Thanks again for tuning in to the Own Your Power radio show. That was an amazing episode, learning all about how to become an influencer. So there's a chance that you can do it, guys. Let's take the time and listen to the steps that Julyanna gave us. To learn more about intuitive life coaching, Reiki, and Own Your Power University courses, just go to ownyourpower.biz to join my mailing list. To listen to all of our past shows, see the link below in the show notes. Remember, anything you want is attainable. Own your power.